Hello, everybody. It's nice to see everybody. So my name is Laura Reninkowski, and I'm an international astrological life and relationship coach. I coach in English, Spanish, Finnish, and Italian. And I'm not an astrologer, but I know a lot about astrology. That's why I give these talks. And you have to excuse my voice today. My voice is a little sore. My throat is a little sore today, so my voice sounds a bit funny, and I might cough as well. So I wanted to excuse myself already. And I'm wearing the green in honor of St. Patrick's Day. I'm here in Ireland, and it's a big long weekend, a holiday weekend here. So yeah. So all right. So the full moon in Virgo. This is a powerful one and an interesting one. Like they all are really. So welcome to the final full moon of the winter season. Rising on the March 18th in the earthy sign of Virgo, the March 2022 full moon will highlight everything that needs to be cleansed from our hearts. This lunation is also traditionally known as the worm moon, and being a responsible early bird will help you catch all the blessings this full moon has to offer. So doesn't that sound good? March's full moon is taking place in the realm of mutable earth sign Virgo, which serves serious clean up your act vibes. Virgo zodiac energy is analytical, organized, and focused on wellness. So this lunation marks an ideal time to clear our slates of expired emotional baggage and cleanse ourselves of toxic thoughts or relationships. We may still be in sensitive Pisces season, but this full moon's energy is highlighting our responsible sides and helping us see exactly what needs to be released. It's actually an interesting dynamic, because now it's about finding the balance between being in dreamy Pisces and like analytical and practical Virgo, getting things done. And Virgo and Pisces, they're opposing signs as well. So it's powerful placements right now. So while the Virgoan vibe is about being diligent and practical, this lunation is still set to be just as feelings forward as any other. The moon will be sitting opposite to a hazy alignment of the sun and dreamy Neptune, and this cosmic combo could be a little disorienting. It heightens our sensitivities and makes it hard to see things clearly. On the bright side, this aspect can help us tap into our creativity and compassion, so we should fully embrace those very Piscean qualities. Additionally, an empowering connection with intense planet Pluto gives this lunation a transformative edge too. We have access to deep strength now, and we can use it to bolster our full moon intentions. The lines between what's real and what's not, between dreams and logic, generally seem to blur during Pisces season. This dreamy Neptunian vibe is something you've likely grown somewhat accustomed to over the last few weeks. As we reach the tail end of the fish's moment in the sun, we're coming up on a lunar event geared toward testing just how well you can balance those two perspectives. A full moon in cerebral mutable earth sign Virgo, which sits opposite ethereal Pisces. So the full moon in Virgo is rational and romantic. So the full moons, which happen when the confident sun exactly opposes the intuitive moon, always present a monthly opportunity to wrap up projects you started 6 months or even 2 weeks prior. They're culmination points, breaking points, and a chance to release anything that's no longer serving you. And with this month's full moon falling in grounded, service-oriented, messenger, Mercury-ruled Virgo, information gathering and communication takes center stage as we work through any major emotions La Luna brings to the surface. Though Pisces has a reputation for being the sign most likely to wear rose-colored glasses, Virgos absolutely do this in their very own way, idealizing and often overthinking minute details of love. That said, this moon is fertile ground for teasing out which aspects of your emotional bonds are real versus imagined, and doing your best to listen to both your head and your heart. Neptune's starring role fuels your imagination and intuition. So one of the main planetary aspects of this particular full moon is a close opposition between the moon and Neptune. The planet of spirituality tends to cloud rational thoughts, and when it opposes the moon, which is all about emotions, it's even easier to get swept out into waves of confused and complicated feelings. Virgo wants there to be a logical if X then Y explanation for just about everything. But because we're fully in the deep end of Pisces season and Neptune is playing such a prominent role in this lunar event, it'll be necessary to put hard facts and figures on the back burner for a moment. The upside. Neptune's opposition to the moon can amplify your intuitive and imaginative capabilities. All too often, Virgo's cerebral nature can overshadow their ability to tap into their inner voice. But once they're able to turn off their heads and connect with their intuition, their confidence and ability to take charge soars. And this full moon could present you with a chance to do exactly that. Mercury and Jupiter can make for lively, lucky heart-to-hearts. On the day of the full moon, the planet of communication, Mercury, will be nearing a conjunction to Jupiter, the planet of luck, abundance, and expansion, which can be one of the most fortunate aspects for sharing what's in your heart. Because the conjunction is happening in Pisces, you can expect more conversations around emotions, creative projects, spiritual pursuits, and healing. And as challenging as certain heavy topics might be to bring up and tackle with your loved ones, Jupiter's presence offers a sense of cheerfulness and optimism, serving to remind you that speaking your truth can prove hugely beneficial in the long haul. A sweet angle to Pluto highlights transformation. The full moon in Virgo forms a close harmonious trine to Pluto, the planet of power, rebirth, and regeneration, in Capricorn, the industrious earth sign. This combo speaks to a willingness to do the work in order to transform and take your current reality to the next level. You could come away from even the most emotionally exhausting moments feeling incredibly empowered. So now I'm going to talk about how this full moon is going to affect the different signs. So for Aries, with this full moon falling in your 6th house of wellness, you'll be thinking about ways to bring more balance into your day-to-day. Because it forms a sweet trine to transformative Pluto in your 10th house of career, it could be time to move in a new direction professionally. For Taurus, falling in your 5th house of romance and creativity, this full moon should be extra lucky and exciting, bolstering self-expression. It's time to own your voice and take a leap of faith. Gemini, this full moon lands in your 4th house of home life, nudging you to reflect on how you might be able to improve work-life balance. Part of this can be putting rationality aside in order to clarify your career dreams. Cancer, with the full moon lighting up your 3rd house of communication, your appetite for socializing and learning soars, and you'll be especially satisfied if you can do it on a one-on-one basis with a partner or dear friend. Leo, the full moon falling in your 2nd house of income might have you feeling fired up to cut out a work relationship that's no longer making you feel valued. At the same time, you'll do well to acknowledge complicated but important emotions that have come up in your relationship or another close bond. Virgo, with this full moon falling in your sign, you'll be extra emotional, sensitive, and capable of tapping into your intuition. It's time to acknowledge and say what you really need. Libra, falling in your 12th house of spirituality, this full moon is a nudge to rest, to recharge, and get clear on what comes next in order to transform even your wildest fantasy into your everyday reality. Scorpio, the full moon falls in your 11th house of networking, making it clear just how much you want to feel like a part of a dynamic, effective team. Lean on colleagues, peers, and friends to reach your goals. Sagittarius, With the full moon in your 10th house of career, you're likely at the peak of a professional mountain you've been pursuing for months. Consider where you go from here and changes you can make to be even more successful. Capricorn, because this full moon is in your 9th house of adventure, you could be reflecting on ways to infuse your life with more excitement. Your mundane routine has outlived its welcome, and it's time to let your gut lead you to the next chapter. Aquarius, with the full moon in your 8th house, you'll be realizing what you need to feel comfier and more open within your closest bond. Consider wearing your heart on your sleeve a bit more than usual. Pisces, with the full moon in your 7th house of partnership, this moment's all about reflecting on one-on-one relationships and striking a balance between wearing rose-colored glasses and embracing a reality check. So thank you. May this full moon in Virgo be powerful for you. I offer coaching sessions in English, Spanish, Finnish, and Italian. You can get in touch with me if you'd like a session at lauracoaching@gmail.com, and my website is laurarenikoski.com. And my Wake Up to Your True Potential YouTube series, the link is there. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share with friends. Help me to get to 1,000 subscribers. So I'll stop sharing and I'll stop the recording.